Alright, this is next VOD for VOD review. I'm going to be going over both of my sets with Dany. The one versus Sol is in Tower. And then, obviously playing a character Dany's trying to learn, but Dany wins all these. So I want to see what the fundamentals are differences. And then the next one is going to be tournament match where Dany's playing Kai. And I think I already have a pretty good idea. I started to figure out the matchup a bit towards the end. And I actually take a round off Dany. But let's start with Sol bad guy. Let's start with this. So, Dany probably knows one or two fancy things with Sol, but the nice part is this is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for baseline fundamentals. I'm looking to be a better player, not a better Faust, or a better anti. I mean, learning the character matchups is important, of course, but I want to be a better Uncle Son puppy. I don't want to quote unquote be a better Sol bad guy counter hit. Yeah, I didn't know how. It's been a while since I played Dany in tournament, and usually by those old days, I was not, yeah. Okay, so I go for a little something there. It's very common for me to go for that, just to feel out my opponent. I knew Dany was good enough, but, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things you got to prove it, right? So you got to test even the good players. My 5K doesn't reach. I had a feeling it wouldn't. Go for the weird, I go for the dodge. That was actually intentional. Listen, that was sick, okay? I'm kind of sick with it. That round went about as good as I could have hoped. For real, for real. I'm very happy with that round. All right, round two. I think Dany wakes up. Yeah, I could have K-crowed to bounce off the wall and keep it close. But I really wanted to get some items set up to set things at an advantage. Mini Faust does not reach. And that was an accidental air. That was an accidental air backdash. But yeah, still, it's gonna cost me this round because if I had just super jumped and came down with JD, it would have been fine. But instead we're getting wall broken. El Matza. Oh, yep. Hey, before that last patch, that would have worked. We're actually in a decent position right now, but Dany has all the resources in the world. And yeah, Dany kind of checks me back. It's like, hey, are you watching for reversal super? Yeah, and reversal super there, the risk reward on that, actually, is there a way to pause that? Okay, so the risk reward on reversal super there was crazy because of the 100 meter and the 100 burst. So Dany not only had a fully safe way to do minor chip damage to me, RC, and get back in, but then they could do a bunch of strike throw mix and probably push me to the corner with the 2 burst meters. So safe jump's probably the right answer, or keeping distance. But then the problem is then Dany can do a risky option like Volcanic Viper. Or whatever, yeah, whatever the one that goes along the ground is. I'm pretty sure it's Volcanic Viper. And RC that to be safe, because that goes under quite a lot of my moveset. And if I'm not spamming very committal 2H or slightly committal 2D or no reward 2P, then I'm getting cooked. Or I can do J2K, but that randomly will lose to Volcanic Viper. And Dany's good enough to where I feel like Dany will know when to let go of the button to kind of hit that. So yeah, I think either way I was in a bad situation. But I could have safe jumped and it would have beaten DP and it would have beat do nothing, right? But I don't think there's too many good situations. I would have had to have pulled a really good item like meteors or something. So maybe item toss was better because at least that gives me a random chance. Anyways, there's a few of these matches, so I'm just gonna let them rock. Okay. Yeah. I simultaneously thought don't push a button when you block Gunflame, and then my brain heard push a button. So that was one of those ones where the brain hears it at the same time. Yeah, that 5K would have worked before, but now that it's 5 frames, yeah. And then yeah, 0 recovery frames. Yeah, there's that was checkmate because that either hits twice or it doesn't. And I actually saw Dany do this to somebody else later. All right, let's get to the next couple. Let's get to the next one. Let's see if my assessment and other people's assessments line up too. That's kind of what that's what I'm interested in. I want to see if me reviewing it, I get similar feeds as everyone else. Okay, so weight here is good. I go for cross up, just to kind of I'm really trying to see burst here, and I remember the DP last time. So I'm going to chill with that bomb protecting me, but I get very unlucky. Oh yeah, and look at that. Look at that. I think that was supposed to be DP, but it crossed up and it ended up being Volcanic Viper, which also worked out. And that like kind of demonstrates my point. Look at the defense. Uncle defense puppy? Holy shit. Okay, hold on. Did somebody see the IBFD in there? I did that in the moment. I was like, fuck it, IBFD. And I was like, yeah, it worked out. Okay. So, yep. Yeah, 6P and run up close slash are going to be problems for me in this matchup. Or far slash, sorry. Woohoo! Yeah, I go for that again, but I recognize the situation. I just go for 2P, but low reward, minus on hit, lol. Yep, okay. I go for a throw. That was just a guess. I think, yeah, I'm throwing lots of hammer, and I'm doing a lot of run-up backdash, because I really want to catch that. Yeah, stagger is really nice. Nice. Instead of item eat there, I probably should have just wild assaulted, right? Oh, no. Yep. Faust is a bad character. Checkmate situation. Yep. No, that just J2K is a little rough. I don't think that would have even reached with an extra attack thing. Actually, you know, I'm gonna break up the Dany videos into two. This one's probably a pinch longer than I expected. And then I'm gonna grab my Indian food. All right, so I go for walk back 5H, but he 2Ks under it. So that's like Faust's second most common round start, or maybe third, besides 2P and like instant J2K. So I'm getting strike thrown. It hurts. But I mashed at a poor point there. I have to remember not to mash until after 5H, especially if I'm FDing. And even if I'm gonna choose to mash, I could even wait for a negative move. Mini Faust got my back. I see Dany's trying to goof off. I'm like, no fun for you, Dany. Sorry. I too can goof. So I make Dany switch back to serious mode, which is actually something I've been trying to practice, is get players off goofball mode and try to get them to be like, okay, hold on, I need to win this. Like, if you don't play me seriously, you will lose. That's what I'm trying to, like, get people to do. Because I lose so hard. I'm plus. Dany knows. Dany's a good player. Yeah, I saw, you know what it was? I saw Dany do it to someone on their stream. Oh, here we go. Confirms. I go for the juxtaposer. Or, yeah, juxtaposer, I'm pretty sure. I would go for a third one, which was probably greedy. But at that point, it was interesting to see Dany pick a different panic option. BRC to catch the reaction. Trumpet's a terrible throw here. Throw Mini Faust, so that way when the other guys activate it. I didn't get my car mix. That's going to cost me. But I'm going to miss one of those every once in a while. And then, yeah, Dany kills me. Damn. Hate to see it. All right. VOD review part 2 done.